What's happening? Ben Shepherd here. Welcome back to RunThrough TV, and let's get into today's conversation highlights. But with who?
I'm Sophie. People know me as the Folding Lady, which I guess is my job. And I have some social media accounts that do quite well, and a book that did okay. And basically, I teach people how to sort of organise their homes and fold their clothes.
And this has all come off the back of Sophie's long career in retail. She now has a superb following across social media, but does she ever feel pressure to keep that up, keep the posts, keep the content going?
Yeah, a little bit sometimes. I think if I was younger and this had happened, I would probably be a mess. But now at this point in my life, I understand that you don't need, it's all in your head, that kind of thing. The only pressure I have is to provide for my family. So I guess the only pressure, if I need views or people following me, that's only because that means I'll earn a living, you know. So it's only a metric. That's all I see the views as, and also actually on the flip side of that, I probably the views and not the likes, because I actually don't. That's not a metric for me that I bother about, is likes, because it doesn't actually mean anything. But views and shares and views on your stories, for me, that's also feedback from your audience. And that's not a negative thing. If your views are low, your audience just didn't respond to that. And I'm kind of here to give my audience what they want. So I guess it's not a pressure on me as a person. It's a pressure on. It's a nice pressure. Pressure doesn't always have to be crappy. Pressure can be a good thing.
And look, I think we all feel that pressure from time to time. Think about it, standing on the start line of a race after a hard training block. But in Sophie's words, pressure sometimes can be a good thing. On to running then. When did that first enter Sophie's life?
The running came in not that long ago, actually, because I got a charity place in the London Marathon. So literally, we're talking months ago. I started training in January. Actually, if I go back to my 20s, I did run in my 20s.
Okay.
But I never got further than I don't know, I think the furthest I ran was 10 kilometers, and that was once. Okay. And I think before that, I would only run 4 kilometers and think I was dying. I think it's so crazy how running is not an age thing. Like, I think that's the one thing I've learned this time doing it. But yeah, I started a few months ago.
We've all been there, 4K in, thinking, how in the world am I going to do this? But after getting her charity place in London, Sophie put a plan together with her PT, also called Sophie. I know that's quite confusing, which led to Sophie, normal Sophie, not PT Sophie, toeing the line of the Surrey half.
Do you know what I learned so much from that half marathon? If anyone's running a marathon, I would say planning a race, like a race day. The whole race day setup made me feel so amazing. They're so well organised, these races. They're so fun, like there's stalls there, there's so many people there. And I didn't know there was pacer people. I didn't know there was pacers. I didn't know anything about these race days. These are like big deals. And I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe the setup. The rock choir was there. They're my favourites. And actually, the organisation of the day made me feel a lot more confident. Like, it didn't feel like I was on my own, even though I obviously was. And it just was really nicely organised. And then, so that made me feel really good. Like, I know what I'm going to do on marathon day now. There were some other learns that were harder. I didn't eat properly at all. Shocking, actually, what I did. That I didn't take my gels properly. I didn't even have a plan. I had no plan to take gels. I actually don't think I took any. I think I just had them off the table. Like, I didn't set myself up in that way.
And at the end of the day, that's why you do races leading up to the A race, to make those mistakes so you don't actually do them on race day. RunThrough.co.uk, by the way, to get yourself entered into an event. What did Sophie learn from the day itself then?
So from doing the half marathon, I built the confidence for an actual race day itself, because I think sometimes people, if you're not a runner, when you do a race day for the first time, you kind of feel like an imposter. You kind of feel a bit stupid, like you're going to school for the first time and everyone else has already been in, like it's a new school type thing. Actually, it was fantastic. And I would happily rock up to another race day.
Look, I can't speak for you, but for me, that imposter syndrome thing never really goes away, to be honest. Every time you're standing on the start of a race, you're thinking, have I done enough? Have these people done more? Why are they taking a gel at this point? Kind of always there. Sophie went on, by the way, she smashed her London Marathon goal. In doing so, raised so much money for an amazing cause. So I want to extend a massive well done to Sophie. She has absolutely smashed it. Having only taken up running a few months back though, what has she learned through this marathon build?
Anyone can do it. Like, you've just got to build up. It was just if anyone sees and I've put I didn't record all my runs on Instagram, but lots of them I did. I've put a marathon highlight, you can see my first run was a 15-minute run, and I got nowhere. And then you can see how it's built up. I don't feel like it's like the other exercises. I feel it's a lot more freeing. It's a lot more almost like a meditation type sport. Like, sometimes when I go for runs, I'll come up with my best ideas.
It's like a love letter to running, and I am fully here from it. Now the marathon is over though, what does Sophie think her relationship with running is going to be like from here on out?
I really hope, and actually I was genuinely thinking this the other day, I really hope that I carry on running. I hope that this wasn't just a thing for me. I hope that I will keep going, and I hope I will sign up to, I think there's another one in September, and I hope I sign up for it. I should probably go and do that now. And I hope I keep doing it, because I have really enjoyed it, and it's probably the easiest to fit into my schedule, because you don't have to drive to the gym, you don't have to drive to Pilates, you just literally step out your front door and you're in your exercise class and you're doing your movement.
And finally, as a world-class organiser, I couldn't have Sophie on without asking about how you can organise your kit, because I know you've got loads of it and I know it's a mess. So listen to Sophie here.
If you're a regular exerciser, don't put everything all over the place. Have it all in one drawer, have it all together. So because what you want to do is, if you're slightly unmotivated one day, you're going to be even more unmotivated to go if you've got that excuse of, oh, but I can't find that because I have to rummage through that drawer, I have to find that. But if you've got it all in one place, in one drawer, and I do this with my son's football kit, we've got a football kit drawer, so everything's in one place, you won't have that moment and you'll have to go, get it all out, put it all on, sorted.
A massive thank you to Sophie for joining us here on RunThrough TV. She's just started her own running club actually, so head to her Instagram to get all the links for that. I know I'm going to be doing an Instagram live with her in about a month's time as well, so make sure you follow and keep up to date for all of that. I will catch you again here very soon on RunThrough TV, and as always, if you did like this video, please do pop it a thumbs up, subscribe to RunThrough TV as well, and comment in the comments section below. Let me know who you'd like to see on this channel in the near future.